Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this video is on Elden Ring. Now, it's actually not an Elden Ring video, any playthrough or whatever. This is a sort of pre-video. What this means is I'm gonna show what I have right now because I'm about to go into New Game Plus 1 um, with everything I have on and all my stuff and all that. But I wanted to show you guys what I have. So first and foremost, I actually have the platinum for Elden Ring, which is pretty easy. I mean, the first three trophies are getting all different endings. The hardest one probably being Age of the Stars, which is that long quest line with Rena, and then you got Lord of the Frenzied second. It's not that hard. You just have to kill like one boss, and then Elden Lord, which is the default one. And then you gotta defeat Godric, Radon, Margaret, Rykard, Millennia, Moog, and then you gotta. Those are the shard bearers, and then you gotta defeat Malekith, um, Godfrey, Human, Dragon Lord, and then you have to get Godslaying Armament, upgrading one weapon max, get all legendary armaments, legendary Ashen Remains, legendary sorceries and incantations, legendary talisman, and then defeating Renala, the Lynch Dragon, Godskin Duel, Fire Giant, Dragonkin Soldier, Regional Ancestral Spirit, the Gargoyles, worst bosses of all time, Margit, Red Wolf of Ragadon, Godskin Noble, Magma, Godfred, the first Elden Lord, the golden version, Moog, the Omen, Mimic Tear, the Goat, Loretta, Astel, Misbegotten, Royal Knight Loretta, Elmer of the Bram, Ancestral Spirit, Commander Niall, and then simple ones, which is just arriving at the round table hold, restoring the power of a great ruin, and the Earth Tree aflame, using kindling to set the Earth Tree aflame, which is why everything is like this. Now, let's actually go to the end. I'm gonna get to my map in a little bit. Uh, oh, I can't even go in here anymore. It's because I defeated the game. Okay, actually, never mind. That's fine. Um, First, I guess, yeah, I'll show my map. So first, I tried to complete everything, as you can see. So let's start with um, southern, you know, Limgrave, or this area, whatever you want to call it. Uh, I mean, I have everything. This is all done. All the sites of grace and all that, all collected. All the buildings looked at. All the buildings studied, everything. Then we have Limgrave, this area. We have obviously the first steps right here, but we got all this area completed. And then we go into Khalid, which took me a while, but we got all this collected. This is Ragadon's. I mean, no, this is Radon's actually, Ragadon. This is the catacombs, the dragon. Like, I could basically say, like, where some, like, bosses are. Like, a boss right here, I think Misbegotten right here, dragon right here, boss right here, let's see, boss right here, I think. This is the two people, then Radon, and then another boss right here, another boss, another boss, another boss. Khalid's bosses are honestly kind of tough, especially this one guy right here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. This one guy right here. I forgot what his name was, but he sucked. He was just like spamming and everything. And then we have Lorenia of the Lakes. We have this area all completed. Um, we got this Moonlight Altar, which this part, honestly, I only did for the quest line. Other than that, I mean, this area sucked. I mean, there's nothing. There's only like the two dragons where you could fight. But I mean, they just give you dragon hearts, and I don't even use spells. Um, you got the lake, you got everything. Renala, who's my goat. I use her for rebirths. I rebirthed at least like 5, 6 times. Um, all this, you know, easy, 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 easy. And then this area, then Altus Plateau, and then Volcanic Manor over here with Rykard, the goat Rykard. And then you got all this area. You got this little area with that one boss, and then you got this little filler part, whatever. And then you got this. Obviously, I'm in the Ashen version, because I beat the game, but I had all the sites of grace before. But I mean, this is all this, uh, Godfried and whatever. The two Godfreys, Margaret, I think, over here, whatever. Uh, Divine Tower, and then this is the Forbidden Lands, and then this is the mountaintops. And then you got this place, which is, cool, whatever. I don't really care for this place. I only went to this place to get to Millennia, which is Mikola's Haligree. You got all this easy, except her. Millennia's, I think, the hardest boss. I was talking about the gargoyles earlier. The gargoyles are very hard, but they're doable. Millennia is not doable. Um, then you got this area, all pretty easy. Fire giant over here, all pretty easy. And then you transfer over here, which is the end game, which is crumbling Forum Azula. You do all this, whatever. You complete that Malachite, and then you come back to Ashen Capital, or Linda, I mean, Ashen Capital, and then you have to redo this whole part again. Um, and it's pretty easy. So this whole top area, I completed. I think I did everything. I have every site. I think not every, of course not, because that's like almost impossible. But basically everything. Let's not talk about the underground. This part I don't like. I mean, it's just boring. The bosses suck. The areas suck. There's nothing down there. But I mean, I only did it for the story and for the bosses. But we have this part. We have the Palace Approach Legend, which is one of the like best farms that I'll show you guys later. I mean, this game has been out for like years, so you probably already seen it. But yeah, there's this river. I don't really care for this area, but nothing here. Nothing a boss here. Yeah, the Astral, whatever here, whatever here, whatever here. This area sucked. I mean, the under area, they always suck. I only did this area. One for the farm right here, then the bosses, like over here, whatever. They suck. But yeah, these are all the sites of grace that I have. It's a lot. It's a lot of sites of graces. I have like every character. Um, there's like no character that I don't have. And yeah, that's that. So let me show you. Let's go to. I actually want to go to the Elden Throne. Oh, also, if you want to know what ending I'm on, I got all three endings in one playthrough, but I'm on Age of Stars ending. I think that's the best ending. Uh, you know, that one's pretty. I like it, I guess. Uh, well, actually, I've never actually been in here in this little area. Hold up. Sorry, guys. Let me go over here first. What happens when I go in here? When I go back into. Oh, you can't go in there. Okay, whatever. Okay. I guess this area is cool. Um, I have 100% on this game. I have the platinum. I have 75 hours on this game, which honestly isn't really that much compared to other people. And yeah, let me show you what I have in my pouch. So Mimic Tier, Ashes plus 10. I try not to use Mimic Tier a lot because Mimic Tier is so OP, but I just max it out just cause. I have Memory of Grace. Sometimes when I have a Ruin Arc, equipped and I have zero ruins, I just try not to lose my ruin arc because I don't have any. So I just use that. So let's go into my status first. Here's my status. Mind you, I do have some equipment buffs and all that, and I also have the ruin arc, which gives me plus 40 levels. But I am level 176, but it gives me plus, Godric's Great Ruin obviously gives you plus 5. So I actually have 50 Vigor, 30 Mind, 40 Endurance, 25 in Strength and Dexterity, 10 Intelligence, 73 Faith, and 10 Arcane. But because I have Godric's Great Ruin, which helps a lot. Yeah. My character's name is Guts because originally I was going to play Guts from Berserk because uh, I don't know. I always saw, the great sword, and I was like, that is literally Guts. You can literally play as Guts. So yeah, I'm 176. I have 130,000 runes. That doesn't matter. 224,000 runes needed. My stats are pretty packed. I have 1,700 health, 200 FP, 162 stamina. My equip load, I'm medium rolling, which I don't mind. That's how I've been playing the game the whole time. Poise, discovery, memory slots, I don't care about. My armament, I do 839. But like I said before, I have rebirthed so many times. I've had an endurance, I've had a strength build, a dexterity build, an intelligence, faith. Arcane, I paired with dexterity, but that will I'll show you guys later. Um, this is my inventory. I got like I guess I can show you. This is recent. Uh, so I have my flask of crimson. I have 14, uh, flask in total, and they're both plus 12, so they're maxed out. Um, I have, let me see. I have all the remembrances, at least for the base game, not the DLC, because I haven't played the DLC yet. These are the ashes that I have. I used Skeletor first. I used Skeletor and they were pretty good. And then I switched over to Mimic Tier. Then I switched over to Lentella. She was also pretty cool, and she also helps with some glitches or some cheese, which I've only done once on the Dragon Lord because that guy sucks. Um, Here's my crafting materials. I don't have no more Ancient Somber, because I'll show you guys later. I have Godric's Great Ruin, Rykard, Radon, Margaret, Mogs, Millennia, and the Unborn. The only one I don't have is the Death, the Mark of the Undead or whatever. I don't have that one because it just doesn't spawn in for me. I have all the maps for the world, but not for the underground. But I could care less. These are my sorceries when I played my intelligence build. Uh, Also intelligence build. Ash of Wars, which I don't use. Weapons I will get to. Um, Talisman, I have a lot. I have a lot of talisman, and I use them. I try to get notes and all this stuff when I can. Uh, Item crafting, I really don't use any item crafting. The only time I do is the sleep pop. But even then, I never used it. Actually, now that I think about it, it just never came to mind. Um, okay, my equipment. This is where I'm gonna show you guys. So here's my equipment. I have, the 12 Crimson tiers. I have the 2 Krillium tiers. I have obviously Torrent, my goat. And you saw all my talisman, but these are my top 4. So I am obviously a faith build because I use Blasphemous Blade and also some other weapons that are kind of faith related. But I like faith. It's cool. It's fun. And that's what I beat the game with. Like I told you, I've been in this one playthrough. I have done a strength, dexterity, intelligence, and faith build, all in the same playthrough. I just, Elden Ring is just so fun and so versatile that it's just like it's hard to, stay as one build. But I use two finger heirloom to raise my faith, which is basically damage. Um, I love it. I use Shard of Alexander, my goat, rest in peace. Greatly boost the attack of skills because obviously I'm using Blasphemous Blade and the L2, the skill power on this Blasphemous Blade, and honestly any other blade, which I'll get into, or beast. I use Urtree's Favor. Uh, I mean, this one is probably the worst one. It raises maximum HP, stamina, and equip load, which honestly I don't really need. I would rather go like into probably like uh probably Godfrey Icon, which enhances charge spells and skills, which I need for my weapon, or maybe the Ritual Swords Talisman, which you know raises attack power when HP is max, and when you're using the Blasphemous Blade, your HP is always max. And the crest, I use that one because I use the FP for the Blasphemous Blade. So when it comes to arms and legs, I don't really need them, but I use the Drake because the Drake one, this side of this arm matches the Blasphemous Blade, so I just went with that. And then I use Halagtree Night Helm because it gives me +2 faith, and I use the Commoner's Garb because it gives me +1 faith. Um, yeah. On my back, I use the Great Turtle Shield +25 for stamina regen. I don't use any Ash of War because I don't really care. So let me get into my weapons. So I have 8 weapons maxed out, and I will show you. But I'll show you all my weapons. Okay, Blasphemous Blade is my favorite weapon. I beat the game with this build, with the Faith build, not because it's super funny or because it's super cool, but just because it's so versatile. Um, the Blasphemous Blade is low-key the best weapon. The R2 is good. You do a sweep, and I'm a big sweep fan. I'm not a very vertical type of guy, because if you do like a poke, you're not gonna hit them. But if you do a sweep, you have a bigger chance of hitting them. Um, and this is like a diagonal, which is it's like a mix of vertical and horizontal. But the best thing about the Blasphemous Blade, which is +10, so it's maxed out, is definitely the charge up. It has range, it has explosive damage, and when you hit people, especially bosses, when you have a successful hit on a boss in a boss fight, it actually gives you health back. I've been new this, but when I actually played with the Blasphemous Blade, I was like, this is actually so good. So Blasphemous Blade is genuinely the best weapon ever. Um, back we have a Sacred Sword Relic. Sacred Relic Sword, I mean, +10. This one I use for farming, which I will get. I will probably make another video on it. But long story short, you go over here, there's a bunch of guys, and you hold L2, and it kills them, and you get a big blast, a big radius, which gives you great ruins, especially if you have like a gold scarab and maybe a gold foot equipped. It's gonna be nasty. Let me just reset my FP. So yeah, that's 2. These are other weapons. Malachite's Black Blade. I love Malachite's Black Blade. This one is so fun just because it's like anime. Okay, I can use it. I was kind of scared because I have 30 strength, and you need a 34. Well, actually, I have 25, but my great run. Look at this. Look at this skill, bro. When Malachite was doing that to me, I was like so amazed. But this is genuinely like some Bleach stuff. But Malachite's blade is so fire. It's up there because it also does swing. But it's just the R2 is just not my favorite. They're, like I said, they're both kind of poke, and I'm not really a big poke fan. So I would definitely take the Blasphemous Blade over the Malachites, but it's so cool. So when I did play a strength and face build, like a little bit of mix, like I said, done so many, you know, rebirths. It was definitely cool. Probably not my favorite build though. This is +8, but that's just because you get it like that. I've actually never used it. So that's 3, I think. Yeah. Oh, Bloodhound's Fang, the OG. This is what I started the game with. Um, the move is just so sick. Oh my goodness! Tell me that's not sick, dude. The charge dart 2 is so good too. You get like 3 hits, man. The diagonal hits, and then you get the charge dart 2, which it's just so good. The Bloodhound Fang is like one of those weapons where it's like you can get it from the beginning of the game, basically. Um, I think maybe let me see if I can find it. Probably I would say either right here, or right here. One of these places you can get the Bloodhound's Fang, and it just lasts you all game. That's 4th. Oh, I know what's next. This is 5th. This is the Giant Crusher. This weapon is honestly fun to use. So when I did my strength build, I was just so amazed at it. Actually, you don't really need to use to have 60 strength or 40 strength because it doesn't even have a L2. It just has this like little weak L2, which I don't really care about. But I mean, this weapon is definitely not the best, but I only max it out because it's just so fun to use. Like it's just so fun. Like you do the sleep, and then if you staggered them, like let's say you're going against someone that has higher health, and they're like basically 2-tap with this, and especially if you're higher strength, you just hit them, you leap at them, and you hit them, and then like it's kind of hard to explain. Hold up, let me explain it better. You leap at them, hit them, stagger them, you charge the R2 again, and then boom, you just bonk them in the head. I mean, it's fun. Definitely not the best weapon in the game, but it's fun. I think that's 5th. This weapon also came upgraded. I'll never use that. Ah! This is 6th. My Starfist. This is my Dex and Arcane build. This is, I saw so many YouTubers and streamers play with this one. Honestly, not that good. But the charges are too quick, which helps you stagger a lot, and then the R2 is so quick. I mean, R1 is so quick, and then the jump is just so quick. It just bodies people, but that's only if you like getting close. 7th, the Luskin's Glintstone Staff +10. This is when I did my my intelligence build. Obviously, I can't do anything, but this one was pretty cool. I mean, honestly, what I just did like a Jev Magic Mage build, Comic Azure with the Flask of the Wanderers, or whatever it's called. And then you just kind of melt them. And then the 8th one is the Great Turtle Shield, where I already got into. I just have it on my back. It doesn't weigh too much. It's only 5.5. You only need 14 strength. I maxed it out just because might as well. And I honestly just use it for the stamina regen. But this is my build. This is, oh shoot. Sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. This is usually my build though. Like just this. So I have Mimic Tier top, the fucking, what's it called, dude? The Grace Memory bottom. I only like to keep 3 on the quick items, cause hell no, I would get overstimulated. I got the Flask, the Criblion because I use the L2 a lot. This helps me with Soul Peak. So then if I need a flask, I just take that. Torrent because he's my go. Health, obviously a heal. Um, I got my shield on the back. I two-hand this weapon so that I get more damage. I have my 2 faith. It gives me +3 faith. Honestly, you don't really need it. I don't really need it, but whatever. I just use it. Cause I mean, armor in any of the Soulsborne games don't really care. And then the Drake, obviously, I told you. Uh, they're whatever. I could probably. No, I'm still light. I mean, they do weigh nothing. It's only like 10 pounds. And then yeah, that's basically it, bro. This is basically like my build. This is probably my favorite build. Um, cause I used when I was doing strength, I was using the Giant Crusher, I was using the Bloodhound Fang, and I was using I think Malachite's. And then when I was doing dexterity, I was doing the Starfist, and I was doing well, dexterity also pairs with arcane for bloodlust. So I was doing Starfist. I think also Bloodhound's Fang, and then yeah, intelligence build. I used the staff obviously, and then faith. I did the relic sword and my goat blasphemous blade. What else am I missing? Faith, faith and dexterity, strength, um, strength, strength, dexterity and arcane, intelligence. So yeah, this game is fun. It's still not my favorite Soulsborne games. I will always love Bloodborne. But yeah, this is my pre Elden Ring, and to finish my statement from earlier, why am I calling it pre? That's because I am going into New Game Plus 1. I'm going to begin Journey 2, New Game Plus 1. And this is how I'm going into it. These are my stats. Pretty fire. This is my equipment. My pouch. But there's more. What makes this next playthrough more important for me is that this next playthrough I'm going to do a no death run. So I will start all the way from the tutorial fighting the whatever the first boss is, fighting that boss all the way to fighting the Elden Beast, and maybe doing optional bosses. I will have to think about Millennia. I know she will work my ass, and do I want to risk it? I will have to see. But that's why I have this memory of grace, because I cannot die. That is my next video. I'm going to be doing a no death run on Elden Ring. I mean, with this build, I think it's definitely doable. I mean, people do no hit runs. I would do no hit runs too, but I will just crash out. It's doable, definitely, but no. I mean, if I'm like basically end game and I'm fighting against Ragadon and he hits me, oh, I'm punching everything in sight, everything. So yeah, I'm gonna do a no death run instead, which means I should not be able, or I should not lose my Great Ruin or my Ruin Arc that's activated. I should not, because I'm not gonna die. But I will set one rule. There is a difference between uh, attacks from people, bosses, NPCs, versus nature death. and I will allow nature deaths in my no death run uh cry about it. I'm gonna allow nature deaths. So I could die in my videos on my no death run, but if that death is to maybe falling off and dying, maybe dying to scarlet rot, which I got in a grave, maybe dying of poison, which I also got in a cave, or maybe poison, I mean, not poison, lava, which I got in another grave, that does not count because nothing is killing me but my stupidityness. I'm killing myself. But obviously, if I'm fighting against Malachite, if I'm fighting against Ragadon, Margaret, Moog, Millennia, Fire Giant, and they kill me, it's over. If I'm fighting against some random NPC, like some rats over here, or where are the rats? Like over here, if I'm fighting rats and I die over here, it's raps. If I'm fighting in a Weeping Evergold, it's raps. If I'm fighting against Ragadon, raps. Any NPC, any bear, any wolf, anything that's actually trying to attack me, I'm dead. And that's it. But if it's a nature death, such as, let's say, that one parkour area in Ashton in the underground where you have to parkour to get down to unlock the ending for the Frenzied Flame, I died countless times doing that ending. Because, you know, the parkour in that part, the parkour in Elden Ring is kind of sucky. And that's why this game kind of makes you sometimes do parkour. And if I die doing parkour, it is not over. It's not. That does not count. So, that is my fair warning. My no death run, I can still die and I'll be fine. Okay? That's the only rule I have. Nature deaths are allowed. But obviously, let's say I'm fighting against Millennia and I get Scarlet Rot. That Scarlet Rot is way different than getting it in a cave. So if I'm getting it in a cave and I accidentally step in Scarlet Rot and I get it and I die, that does not count. But if I'm fighting Millennia and she purposely gives me Scarlet Rot, then I'm dead. Same thing with poison. If I'm stepping in poison, I don't know, like over here, that's not poison. I don't even know where poison is. If I step in poison, I think over here, and I die because I'm stupid, that does not count. But if I'm fighting against, let's say a cave over here, and they have flowers that shoot the poison at you, if it shot something at me, then I'm dead. So if it shot, I can die to Scarlet Rot nature, like in a cave or a mountain, and it won't count. But if I die to Millennia shooting Scarlet Rot or flowers shooting poison or someone shooting a bow or someone even pushing me off the ledge, let's say let's say I fall like parkouring and I die, that does not count. But let's say I'm fighting Margaret, which I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's right here. I'm fighting Margaret right here, and he pushes me off this ledge, and I die. He's the one that pushed me. I didn't push myself, so that would not count. No, that would count, actually, sorry. That would count as a death, and my playthrough is over. I hope this makes sense. If not, I'll explain it in the next video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of whatever this video honestly even was. This was just kind of like a pre-video or whatever. I don't even know if that makes sense. I'm stupid, I'm tired. It's like 12 midnight. I love this game. I've been playing a lot of other games, recently, like Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil, you know, basically like all of the Resident Evils. Especially, I'm still trying to save up for Requiem. I would love to get Requiem. I think I'm a platinum Requiem, but it's just like so much like work. But this is my 28th platinum. Elden Ring is my 28th platinum, and I think for now it is my last platinum ever. not just for Soulsborne games, but just because, college and work and all that, it kind of takes its toll, and I don't really want to come home from school and from work and come on the game and get mad. But yeah, Elden Ring, second best Soulsborne game. I love it. I love getting the platinum. It was fun. Genuinely fun. Only took me like 70 hours. Super easy. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next video. The no death run. Hopefully, no death. If I die, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Alright, I'll see y'all. Peace.